What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with my NBA Week 2 power rankings. But before I get into it, subscribe to our channel to be entered into our giveaway at 500 subscribers. We'll start with the players of the week. And you got Luka and Tyrese Maxey. Luka absolutely balled out in the 2 games he played. Dropped 49, made 9 threes in the win over the Nets. And you can see his averages there in the 2 games. Over 40 points per game, averaging a double-double last week. Then Tyrese Maxey had a double-double in his win versus Portland, shot 50% from the field and averaged over 30 a week. And he could be a key factor in the Sixers' success this year, with Harden out for who knows how long with his trade requests and if he does get traded or if he comes back. And he's going to be the factor for the guard play to see how good the Sixers team can be. But so far, so good. The biggest movers this week in my rankings, you can see it is the first week, so drastic changes are to be expected. The Pistons, Mavs, and the Pelicans all move up 11, where the Grizzlies, Cavs, and Heat fall pretty big. It's early in the season, so these teams could be flip-flopping right back next week. We'll start with 30 through 21, and this is where you find 3 winless teams, the Brooklyn Nets, the Rockets, and the Trailblazers, and then 1-win teams as well. You got the Wizards moving up because of the 0-3 teams. Spurs stay put at 1-2. Raptors, Bulls fall because of the Hornets win 1-1. And then you got 3 teams that fell from the top 20 in the Nets, Hawks, and T-Wolves. And, this is going to be kind of the first few weeks are going to be a lot of shifting and movement. When you get those 10 games in the season, I think that's when we really know what these teams kind of look like moving forward. And, don't be too overreacting here, even though it's the first few games of the season. 20 through 11, and this is where I think it was the toughest for me to rank all these teams, because you got some top 10 teams that I have in here that already fell into this category. You got the Grizzlies, the Heat, and the Lakers are those teams. And, didn't start out the best. Grizzlies are obviously 0-3, so they're dropping more than the Heat and the Lakers did. But then you have the Cavs and the Knicks, who, didn't play their best in the first week, and 1-2 records, so they're moving down as well. But then you have some teams that are unexpected here. Like I had my Pistons go 2-1 and lost to the Heat at the buzzer. So maybe those two could be interchangeable at 15-16, but 2 wins outweigh 1. And then you have the Magic and the Pacers winning both of their games last week. And that's why they're moving up a lot here. Then you have the Thunder as well. And Chet Holmgren has looked good. That team could be scary once this team finally gets their chemistry. And the Thunder, well, you're going to have to watch out for them. I think they're the sleeper team this year that could throw a wrench in some teams' plans. And 10 through 1, not as much is changing here on this slide, except you have the Mavericks who are 2-0 and playing really good so far in these 2 games. Kings move up 6, even after a loss, an overtime loss. Warriors, they still played good enough for me to move them up into the top 10. And then the Pelicans as well, 2-0 currently, and they look really good with Zion and Ingram. It's good, but how long is it going to last? That's the biggest question. And we know the history of the Ingram and Zion getting hurt very frequently, but the time being they're healthy, and they're a very good team when that is the case. And then you have the Bucks, the only team that's falling in the top 10, down 6 after their loss. 1-1, not overreacting too much, still early, like I said. And then that leaves the rest of the teams: the Clippers, Sixers, Warriors, Suns, Celtics, and Nuggets. All of them are staying pat. And Nuggets especially took care of business this week on primetime twice. Celtics took care of the Heat at home, got a big win there. And then the Suns and Warriors could have moved those from 4 and 5, but the Suns did beat the Warriors, so I left them there. Same with the Sixers and Clippers. That's why they're staying. But that's going to be it for this week's power rankings. Next week, I'll dive into it more when we really know what these teams are like. But until the next time, the Bench Buddies are out.